Hi, and here we are onto the next high poly model. This time we're going to start modeling Wart's hut, the centerpiece here. But I'm going to have to break it down. Modeling that whole hut in one lecture is just not possible. So I'm going to break it down into components, and I'll think about sort of textures and materials for each of those components will be separate anyway, so it kind of makes sense. So this is how I'm going to break it down. Remember, this is the supplementary drawing we did at the start. We're going to start by doing the door and the door frame. They'll be separate from the main, in terms of components of the entire hut. The door and the door frame will be a separate component, and it will have its own material IDs too, so it kind of makes sense. Then we're going to move on to doing the walls and the porch, which is just all wood pretty much. The porch and the walls will probably have different materials, but I think we can cover those in one lecture. Thirdly, we're going to do the roof. Now the roof will consist of lots of joists and beams, and then the top of the roof, obviously, which will have a lot of mossy grass and stuff growing on it because it's in a forest. So that's what we'll be doing for that. And then we're going to move on to the chimney and the stone pillars. Kind of makes sense to do all those together. And then we're going to tackle the window and the window frame as a combo. And then finally, there'll be some extra detail which I'm going to give to you as a challenge to add to this. And if you look at the concept, I've started to add little details, sort of hanging bones from the beams, but you can go crazy with this stuff, and I've deliberately left it quite empty out here, unlived in, if you like. He would be, Wart would have a lot more stuff hanging around here, more logs, buckets and bits of equipment, maybe hunting gear perhaps, and stuff, and trophies hanging off his beams. Lots of detail, lots of stuff to show that somebody lived in there. So we'll probably do one or two of these, and I'll leave the rest to you, because that's the fun part, and I want to challenge you. So that will be your challenge. So that's the plan. So let's get started.